Well, back working on the skid steer, old 750. This thing has been a chore, a capital C-H-O-R-E. But we're getting her done. When we get her kind of pretty darn close to wrapped up today. You can see here, I got the tank in. Let's see if I can turn my light on. New tank's in, got her cleaned out, cleaned all the junk out of here, just packed with hay dust. You know, I talked to the customer about this too, and this is definitely not one of my favorite skid steer machines I've worked on. Like, I don't like the general design. I don't like how inaccessible this is for service. I mean, you cannot get a wrench on that back bolt. So if this has to come out, engine's got to come out. And I think you could probably service this just off this front. Hang on, just off this, like I'm pretty sure here's your filter would be bolted in there. So you could probably service this without pulling the engine, but let's say you crack back here, the turbo, your turbo goes out. I don't see how you could get it out without the engine coming out. There's just no room to do anything in here. Fuel line problem, engine comes out. Dry pump motor, engine comes out. It's just kind of a son of a gun deal, really. I mean, I think it's been a pretty good machine overall, but like just the serviceability. AC compressor, I don't see how a guy could do that without pulling the engine. The only other place, battery's dead. The only other place you can service that, maybe. Well, I don't even think you could. I'll show you here. Mint. The only other place you might be able to service it would be through here. You can kind of see it right there, but even then, I wouldn't say it's like overly serviceable, But so today's just hooking up lines. I had to pull the lines for the fan, your fan motor. I mean, a lot of this thing had to come apart for this. I told the customer, I said, I gotta put new hydraulic oil in it. The hydraulic oil that came out, I think I dumped it in the bulk bucket already. Looked like engine oil. It was black and burnt and nasty. I don't think that's it, but either way, not a good deal. There's the old tank. See where we got these holes burnt in there. Burnt the fuel lines out of it. So, but what a chore this thing has been. Glad to get it done and get it out of here and get paid. Get a lot of hours in this thing. These projects are always kind of a bummer just because you have so much time in them that it'll be a couple of weeks before you get paid, and you have all this time in these things. And it's like, but it is what it is. So keep cranking on her. These return lines. Let's see. There's a return line right there. But anyways, yeah, just been a son of a gun deal. But I guess truly the point of this video, I guess, is I had people seem to like my truck reviews and my opinions on pickups and things like that. So I got asked about half tons, which is kind of different for me because I don't do a lot with half tons. But I'll tell you what I know. Do with that information what you will. And yeah. So I'm trying to set this up. You can kind of watch me, I guess, try to get something done on this darn thing. And let's see, where's a good place at the little pig? Can't knock this over and break yet another microphone. There we go. Anyways, one of the things I was super impressed with was the belt design. The tensioning and all that was just backwards. It sucked. Let's see here. What do I want us to start with? Let me get these hydraulic lines hooked back up. But anyways, one of the things that was one of the biggest bummers of this deal, I guess I'd say, was probably the yeah, those just your main belts and stuff, and how inaccessible they are. It just would be a real booger service that. I did them with the engine out, and to do them engine in would be just a chore. But back to the moral of the story, which is half-ton pickups. So I haven't done a lot with half-tons just because for my life, they're kind of in a weird spot. They're the size of like physical size of an F-250 or a F-350 or, a full-size 3/4 ton. However, they don't have the towing capacity. And I guess now, there's a sizable fuel mileage difference. But for a long time, the fuel mileage between a half-ton and a 3/4 or a 1-ton was not night and day, So I haven't been around them a whole bunch. You know what? I've either been a 1-ton or a Ford Ranger kind of guy, or a Tacoma or a dually. So, because the problem I run into with a half-ton too is load capacity. It's the same size as a 3/4 ton or 1-ton, but with really no load capacity. And there's a sizable difference in brakes, brakes and brakes and wrong way. Fall asleep. In brakes and springs and things like that, and axle size. And so I always found them to be kind of in a weird spot for what I do and what I need a truck for. But the ones I've only owned one, and it's a 2014. My dad drives it now. He bought it from me. A 2014 F-150 with the 5.0, and that truck impressed me thoroughly. I bought it at Ritchie Brothers cheap as kind of a runaround. It turned out to be a pretty nice truck, and so it stayed. I kept it around and drove it for a little bit, and then I sold it to my dad. And he's still driving it, and that thing, I was really impressed with the power it had. I was impressed with the ride and the fuel mileage. For a V8, that thing got really good fuel mileage, I thought. What I didn't like that much was I don't like in that year F-150 how low down in there you sit. You sit like sitting clear down in the cab. You sit real low, which is all right, I guess. It's just kind of a petty problem. Not really a problem, just a petty little thing that bugs me. But as far as that truck really impressed me, and then I've been around a lot of I guess I've worked on did lifters and a cam and a Silverado. Who would have thought, right? Pretty easy to work on. Good old LS. The truck ran pretty good. Put a little bit bigger of a cam in it once we got it together too. And it turned out to be pretty good little truck. But in overall, like, I don't know, there was nothing about that truck that really impressed me, I guess. Like, holy smokes. One of the trucks that has always impressed me is the 5.7 Hemi, mostly just in horsepower. I mean, those things just flat out run. But, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still going to stick to my guns about not owning an F-150 or any of the half tons with diesels. I just don't see the benefit of it, and I don't think that there's enough of a, I don't know. I'm just not that crazy about that idea. I'm not crazy about like the Duramax guys are saying the little Duramax guys are saying they're getting some decent fuel mileage out of them, which is all right, I guess. I hope they would for what they had to pay for those stupid things. What they're going to pay. Gosh darn it. Got it. You know, and for what they had to pay for them. And so that's good, but still, you get into just like my main argument on anything is cost of ownership and serviceability over time. And there's the time's coming. You cannot tell me different that those little Duramaxes won't be worth $20. Because when it's time to fix them, they're going to be stupid expensive to fix, and just not something I'm crazy about. You know, they're going to be, and the Duramax guys are defending it like, oh, mine made it 100,000 miles. Like, oh, that's great. Life goes on after 100,000 miles. So if that's all you're getting out of it, that's not very good. So I guess in terms of advice, I'm buying a half ton. Let me move this. There we go. In terms of buying a half ton, I would stay away from all the diesels. I don't care if it's Ford, Chevy, or the EcoDiesel and the Dodge. I don't like many of them. And I would probably go with either the 5. Well, I don't know. I worked with a guy in North Dakota that had the 6.2 Chevy, and it was like a 2013 or something. That thing ran out pretty nice too. That thing had some snort, but I never did personally drive it. What a chore. Some skid steers suck. You know, if you don't have a pair of these, get some. It's called KNIPEX. Not really sure how it's pronounced. You guys watch Heavy D's videos. There's a guy in there that I call him Nipex. He called him Nipex, like it was 2 separate words. That was weirded me out. Some guys call him Nipex. Maybe that's how the Germans call him Nipex. But anyways, pretty handy tool in the grand scheme of life here. They've probably, like if I had to carry a tool and all the time, and I only got to pick one, these things, they're awesome, and they whip a regular crescent wrench's rear. If you ever think about buying a skid steer and owning it privately, just work on one for a little bit. You'll change your mind. You buy a tractor or a loader or literally anything, but I do think that skid steer changed the bobcat at least. Like any of the I like them any of the machines that have a vertical engine. I was really impressed with kind of the late model bobcats, how open the engine bay is, because that's the problem with this one is, as far as cleaning it goes, you know, you need to pull these service panels off to avoid what happened and clean it out quite often. There's just nowhere for that stuff to go, and it's a problem. I keep getting off topic here. Where's my little dog? Oh, she's on her bed. So half tons. I think the 5.7's been pretty good. They have all the half tons except for the 5 liter. Well, let's see. I've heard of the 5 liters dropping valves, but all the Chevys and all the Dodges have lifter issues, and you can't tell me different that's not almost all entirely contributed to 520 oil. They tried running 520 oil on those V8s to pick up a little fuel mileage. I think that is a miserably bad idea, and I do not support it in any way, shape, or form. So if you're going to buy one, do that. Don't run, you know, your cheap shitbox oil and those things, and probably get along halfway all right. But anyways, so that's probably stick with the 5.7 or the 5 liter Ford. Those are the two that really, I guess I wasn't expecting much from, and they both really blew me away. Especially the one that I found the most impressive was we had a cousin got married in Texas, and we had to rent a car down there, and I didn't want a car. I don't know. I hate riding in cars. I don't like. They're just weird. And so I paid a little bit of extra money and just rented a pickup. And they gave me a 2019 Dodge, just a base model Dodge pickup with the 5.7 in it. And that thing was stupid fast. And I mean it, like stupid. That thing ran out good, had tons of power, and pulled incredibly good fuel mileage. So that was pretty impressed with that. Did that thing grab? Yeah, it did. Real impressed with how that thing ran. And then that 5.7 or that 5-liter Ford I had. I haven't driven any late model ones where they got the power up even more, but that thing just ran too, and it was a good puller. Man, that thing really could get out and run when you needed it to. And I found that one pretty impressive as well. I don't know how you could be a big guy working on a skid steer. Good thing I got the little family Italian genes, because man, nothing any bigger than this. This would not be a fun sport. Oh, check those with a real wrench later. Oh shoot. Great. Where did that go? Oh man. Dang it. It's gonna be right under that axle shaft. I can't see it anywhere else. I guess I'll thread in this other hose. Where is that other hose? Oh, I don't like that. There it is. Oh, you rotten thing. Why am I short on length with that? What is the deal here? Don't like that for a second. Oh boy. Ugh. Come on. Oh, it just rolled over. I see. I see. Ugh. What you need to do is go down and back like this. Oh, good night. I might have to just take that one off on the back and then reroute it there, I guess. But I guess, really speaking on half tons, it's oh my gosh, what a rotten deal this is. Oh, really need you to cooperate with me. Ugh. But anyways, yeah, I think we're just gonna pull that hose off right there. If it's 1.8 inch, still be handy. Come on, don't let me down. Nice. There we go. We might do some winning with that. You know, I used to think that it was so much easier once you to take stuff apart, and now I gotta argue that I actually think it's easier to go back together once you've taken it apart. At least you got a little bit of direction where things are going. Oh, oh, don't be like this. Rotten. They put that stupid wear sleeve on that line, and you can't tell me that those things actually do anything besides hold dirt and stuff that just keeps the abrasion problem alive and well. Now, now let's try it like this. Oh yeah, that's right. Ugh. Eat it, sucker. Good night. The dirt on this thing is unbelievable. But you know, I like to talk shit, but I don't really know how you'd really wash this thing out very well anyways without damn near disassembling the thing every time. You know, that's what I was telling the guy. I said, you know, because I think this is like, I don't know what he's got going on, if he's leasing this thing or what, but I think he is. But oh my gosh, just start. I was thinking about buying this thing, and I'm like, you know, for a feedlot, I probably wouldn't. And I think I talked about, oh yeah, she started one of my videos the other day about buying a 750 for a feed truck with the Godzilla instead of one of anything with a diesel in it, because you couldn't. With diesels, the feedlot environment, I'd argue, is the toughest environment in the world on equipment. Just the hay dust is like its own thing, you know. And then oftentimes there's a fair amount of ag guys that aren't equipment guys, and it doesn't mix well. So it'd be hard if I had a skid steer to feedlot. I would use it for cleaning pens and stuff like that. I'd stay a long ways away from the feed pad for a handful of reasons. But I'm just you can't clean these machines out very well, so you need loaders are a lot better just because they're not so compact. So the dust and the dirt and the hay and everything falls down and hits the ground, and you're not quite in such a bind. Where is that sensor? Hello? What do you think? Little Pib? All right, I'll try and wrap up this half-ton tangent. I'm just not staying very focused on. If I had to buy a half-ton today, I would definitely look at the Ford 5.0. Oh, the other one, I forget, is the Toyota Tundra. My cousin will be ecstatic because he drives a Tundra. I always give him a hard time just because it's fun. But in reality, the Tundra is a pretty dang good truck. His dad had one when we were younger that it went like 400,000 miles, and he did like nothing to it besides change oil. And I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not exaggerating. It was like, I think he traded in at 350,000 or something crazy like that. And I think, dude, remember, his O-ring fittings don't have to be crazy tight People wrench on those things like just fix the O-ring. But anyways, yeah, the only downside to the Tundra is fuel mileage. They're kind of horrific in fuel mileage, but it's honestly kind of an old technology engine, which is stuff that I like. That's why I like the Godzilla, so much, because it's a tried and true platform, and that's the way Toyota runs. Honestly, they let Ford and Chevy and Dodge waste all their money experimenting with stuff, and then when they get it figured out, then here comes Toyota. Like, they ran a 5.7 V8 for how many years, and then once Ford pretty well got the game figured out with the V6s, and here comes Toyota with a twin turbo V6. I'm like, wonder where you got that idea, bud. See, that return line must have gone on tank fitting, or yeah, it is, because I got that drop tube on there. Yeah. Okay. The next thing that sucks, that dang fuel tank harness. We'll have to chase that and figure out who, what, when, where, and why that thing is the way it is. Let's see. That hose goes there. This little return hose needs cleaned out, but it goes right there. We need to tighten the backside of that one. Let's do that while we're thinking about it. So yeah, half-ton pickups, Ford 5.0, Dodge 5.7, and the Toyota Tundra probably make my cut. And you know what other one is highly underrated, I think, is the Tundra. The Tundra is a bargain, and from what I understand, has been pretty good to most people that have had them. Or not Tundra, Titan, the Nissan Titan. So I darn sure wouldn't look past one of those. You can buy a brand new Titan for like 30 grand, 4-wheel drive and everything. So definitely something to consider there. I need my pliers. So yeah, but if I made me pick, I'll give it to the Dodge with the 5.7, the Ford the 5.0. I think the 3.5 EcoBoost has been good, but that 5.0 that I had was so decent on fuel mileage and power that kind of the same deal, I guess. If you don't have to replace a turbo, if you don't have a turbo, you never have to pay for one. So just something to somewhat think about there, I guess. But at the same time, the turbocharger is why I bought my Ranger and not a Chevy Colorado or something, I wanted a turbo in that, and I wanted an inline 4. I hate these stupid clamps. Well, you're going to get demoted for a minute here. I can't figure out the magnet on this DeWalt light. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it doesn't work worth that frick. Oh, nice. Come on, rotten thing. We have a rag up here. Darn it. Need a rag. Yeah, half tons. We'll go. Yeah, 5.7, 5.0, and Toyota Tundra make my top 3 ones I'd probably go after. But just like anything, like I said, maintenance, good oil. Do not run 520. I don't care what anybody says. Don't run 520 in anything. 520 is what killed a 306 that my stepsister had. She took it to a Jiffy Lube. Those, pardon my French, dipshits, but 530 in it, or 020 or 520, and it hammered out a bearing. And well, what it did is that oil burns too good, and so away it went. And we're out of rod bearing, so bad deal. Man, I got ADD today, like it's going out of style. So, let's see here. Starting fluid is a better parts cleaner than the stuff you buy. That's called parts cleaner. Just a little FYI. Way more flammable though. You don't want to be. It's not a smoker's game in here anymore. What the hell? Come on, you rotten thing. Oh, you mother sucking, darn shooting, pig tooting thing. Come on. Oh, go back to your home. Don't you want to go to your home? Really not a good place to grab onto that thing either. So that's handy. Come on. You can do it. Oh, you rotten POS. There it goes. Eat it, you son of a gun. Ow. What I ought to do is just start throwing these things away and putting regular threaded clamps on. These things are junk. Just junk. Can you not today? Well, come on. There we go. Engaged. So if anybody ever has to pull one of these out, the drive motor and everything's on one skid. Drive motors. Pull your levers, your main drive hoses, pull it out the back. Ain't fun, but it's doable. Let's see, what else can we do up here while we're lodged in? Our main hydraulic sump, we'll hook it up. Tell you what, in the summertime, working on stuff like this is probably about the same as doing hot yoga, I bet. Never done it, never had to. Come on, don't do me dirty, don't pinch. Go, 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 go. There we go. Yeah. Come on now. You can do it. Oh, oh, oh. Mint. Mint. Very mint. Pretty glad I rented this shop for the winter, I guess. It's been pretty good, but I'm tired of the expense of it already because it really doesn't make me any more money. It's just convenience. And sometimes it's like, well, how do I just not quit taking on these kinds of jobs and just stick with my field stuff? Not build a shop quite so soon, or do I try to build a shop sooner? And I don't know. Anybody wants to come build me a shop, let me know. Because I could use one at the house. We got our bank account stuff set up, registered with the state, and all legal beagle with our other trucking company that me and Tanner Frank started. We're good to go there. Got that done yesterday. That's kind of exciting. Then we just need to get that truck busy, make some money back, get that sucker paid off quick. You know what? Oh man, I wore my good shoes today. Darn it. I'm retarded. Stunned, pig. Just stunned. Guess we could try to go for this one down here. It was son of a biatch, but what a mother. I remember this one now. Well, what the hell? Yeah, I got that one from the bottom. Maybe we'll try that. Yeah. Damn it, I got something in my eye. Oh yeah, look at that. There she is. Worst part is trying to get that blind, get that angle right so the threads will start. And you can't see the dang thing. Yep. Oh, just don't even start with that. There we go. Nope, missed it. Damn it. Sometimes you just gotta be the machine, huh? Will you? Well, rotten son of a gun. Still no dice, Beeb. What do you think, huh? Huh, little pig? What do you think? Anything in this thing is just not a good deal. And there's just not enough room to get two hands in there. Oh. Well, you rotten son of a gun. Oh, I see what I got going there. That's a dilemma. You know what? It is. Not that I'd always want to work on a trailer, but this is halfway handy having it up a little bit. If I can reach that thing from the back here. Kind of finagle. Not really. Oh, there we go. Ooh. There we go. That's money. Oh, you. Oh. This is getting to be personal. Oh, come on. Do not be like this. Why? Why? I think it started. Oh, well, my arm's stuck. Whew. Almost panicked. Oh, yeah, that's starting to cross thread. Go in, around, grab it like so. All right, this thing can kiss my entire ass. Come on. I think I have an idea. Can I fix? No. Don't do ridiculous stuff like that. No way. Got it. Mint. Wait. Okay. Next would be those, but I think I want to try and get that fuel sensor harness out of the way first. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that helped anybody with the half-ton debate. Very off topic, very rabbit trailed today, but anyways, yeah. Whoop, not working. Thanks for watching. I'm going to continue work on this thing. And yeah, toodles.